the HSBC Women's World Championship, part of the race to the CME Globe. LPGA has landed in Singapore and live golf has returned to the Lion City. It's a different world since the championship was last held in 2019. But Singapore is ready to host the world's best women golfers as they compete in the 30th edition of Asia's Major at Sentosa Golf Club. The venue is world class and so is the honour roll of champions. Welcome to the final round of the HSBC Women's World Championship. Well, what a pleasure it is to have your company for this final round. And wow, strap yourselves in, because if yesterday was anything to go by, the final hour of play, musical chairs at the top, the leader fell out of contention. We have a new leader going into the final round. What will unfold today? What we do know is that it is going to be hot. Yesterday, temperatures reached 106 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's currently 27, climbing to 32, but players and caddies labouring under these humid conditions, being 1 degree north of the equator. Course is in pristine condition. Kate Burton is in the commentary box alongside me, former touring professionals Timothy Lowe and Suan Heng. And Tim, you've got Hyo Joo Kim out in front by 1. Will she be able to handle the pressure given the stacked field and players lining up behind her?
Tell you what, Kate, as you alluded to it at the start, that last hour showed us how topsy-turvy the leaderboard can get. We start today with 10 players within 5 shots of her lead. Hyo Joo Kim has never held the 54-hole lead in an LPGA Tour tournament before. The last time she had a share of the lead, it was in 2015 at the Side Derby alongside Alison Lee. She went on to finish tied 7th. It's been 6 years since. She's a different player, but look at the big guns behind her. It's going to be a thrilling final round. We hope she can hold on, but really, it's anyone's game.
It really is anyone's game. And Suang, the course, well, there's some difficult hole locations today. It's not going to be without its challenges.
That's right, Kate. I think the first 4 holes are really going to set the pace today. A couple of tough pins early on, especially with hole 3 being the toughest this week. You don't want to give away too many shots too early, so very crucial to come out just very, very strong.
Yesterday was magical and we are set for a treat today, but let's go back down memory lane and enjoy some of the other magical moments that make up this HSBC Women's World Championship.
She's going for it.
Long way away.
It's a bonus if it goes in. It's almost a miracle. It is a miracle. You could stand there all day and try and do that. Fortune favours the brave.
Oh, that is having it on the string.
Incredible.
Oh, simply brilliant.
Wow. Doesn't this tournament just come up with some phenomenal moments?
Isn't easy. Maybe it is. Oh, my Lord.
2 putts would do. 1 would be fantastic for our leader. Is the first one to be on the trophy twice.
The 10th tee box.
Well, what can we expect? 9 holes separate us from knowing who will be champion in Singapore in 2021. And it's congested to say the least. Hannah Green powering her way around this golf course, Inby Park. A seasoned professional, a winner here twice. Such a placid demeanour that she has. Not like Gabby Lopez, much more fiery from Mexico. This is her third on the 10th. Leaked it right.
Short-sided, getting as low as possible. Trying to really open up the club face. That's a nice shot, but there's work to do.
It's her hole. 4 under par she is through 3 attempts of playing the 10th. She'll want to dwell on those memories. Hannah Green popped it in for a 2 on Friday.
We saw 2 hole-outs on the 10th. So far this week, Hannah Green. Yesterday. Ian Palm holding it out on day 1. Hyo Lin last to go. Just a cruisy opening 9 of 36. Want to be up the left half of the fairway today. Left half of the fairway she goes. Good tee shot from Lin.
It's a cross-country putt for Lydia Ko. It is for a birdie. She trails by 3. And the leaders make their way down off the 10th hole. In B Park, a position in which she's very familiar. She's led the tournament, doing it so again. Why don't we catch up on some of the highlights from the front 9, starting with Hannah Green, who's trailing by 1. Started the day on 13 under par, needed to make a statement early. And that's exactly what she did. Open her account with a birdie 3 for the Australian to be in the reckoning.
Then Hyo Joo Kim had a colourful roller coaster round of 72 yesterday. Made plenty of birdies, made plenty of bogeys. This after a birdie at the 5th. A gorgeous second shot, setting up back-to-back birdies with another one on the 6th.
And then on hole 5 in B Park. Second shot here, chipped up beautifully. That'll get her first birdie of the day.
This was for an eagle opportunity for Patty Tavatanakit on the par 5 down the slope. Judge the speed to perfection. A tap in for Patty, and that was the 4th birdie of the day for the Thai player.
Playing alongside Patty T was Hyo Joo Kim. Collected 3 birdies in her last 4 holes. Make that 4 in 5. That shot on the 9th, setting up a 4th birdie in an outward half of 32.
Then on hole 10, Patty on the left side of the fairway in the rough, flighting it up and over those trees, asking it to sit. Ah, just perfect judgment there by Patty. That to move her along for her 5th birdie of the day.
Hannah Green, eagle opportunity at the 8th hole. Moving left to right. Good putt, didn't go in, but it was a birdie all the same for the Australian.
There was an eagle putt as well for your overnight leader, Hyo Lin. Made 1 bogey back on the 3rd up to this point. Wasn't to be a magical eagle 3, but a first birdie of the day got the Chinese player back to where she started at 14 under par.
And then Inby to clean up here for a birdie. Well done, sneaking in the right-hand side of the cup. That to move her to the 2nd birdie of the day.
Hyo Joo Kim, who is flying around this golf course. 5 under par for the round today, vaults her to 14 under, 1 shot back.
Well, that's what happened earlier on. If you're just joining us, Gabby Lopez has this to save a par on 10. Big tee shot leads to a bogey after a sloppy second. Lopez hitting the wrong way. Back at 11 under par, 1 over for her round.
It was a tap in for Lydia Ko. So she remains at 12 under par, 3 behind this player.
Yeah, she's hit 80% of her greens this week and 96% of her fairways. That's not too shabby, if you ask me.
Stats you can dream about. Tricky pin at the back of 10, because if you hit that downslope just short, it will scuttle on through to the back. It is a fast green.
Yeah, that's tucked in the back right corner there, bringing that bunker into play and into vision as well, as you can see there. Just want to aim it the right tip of that triangle of the HSBC sign. Work it a little bit to your right, using that contour.
Actually, the easiest putt to this back right hole is from past the pin. You can just get it, keep it on the back edge of the green in the right section. You'll have a makeable putt. Uh-oh. Hands off the club. Unfortunately, the putt found the back left section of the 10th green, so another cross-country putt to come.
Perfect position to attack the 12th hole, but it's not one that you really can, because it's a par 4, one of the toughest holes all week. This and 3. Hybrid for Hyo Joo Kim, needs it to settle softly so it doesn't chase through. Or you chase it up there all the way and set yourself up for birdie number 6, maybe eagle.
Oh, she'll have that to make it 3 at the top in just a moment. Well worth another look. Hit in the back right with the hybrid. It's actually the easiest hole location on this hole, because you play for that firm first bounce, roll it up there, and do something just like this. What a move Hyo Joo Kim's making on this Sunday.
Now back on the 10th. Siu Lin with a second shot. Ball ever so slightly below her feet. The wind is just coming off the right-hand side, as you can see the flag there. She's in primo position to attack this pin. Can she take advantage of that? Not her best. Gonna be a tricky birdie putt there for Siu. Didn't look like she caught all of that, did it?
Doors open for Hannah Green. Here she is, big booming drive.
Right side of the fairway. First cut of rough. I'm Hannah Green here. Getting the yardage to cover all the way to the flag. Past the pin leaves you an easy putt. She too was disgusted with that. She's tucked that safely to the middle of the green, so no easy putts for birdie to come on the 10th.
Now on the 12th fairway, pardon me. Patty with a second shot into this back pin. Can she do the same as Hyo Joo? They're both playing some beautiful golf. Just leaning. Oh, that's going to be a slippery chip for Patty.
Up to 11. And Lydia, the birdies are falling all around her. She needs to find a couple herself. Only the 2 on the day. Oh, and she's blocked that one out to the right, it looks like. That's almost on the 9th fairway. It's so far right.
Not often you have a tap-in birdie putt at the 12th hole, but that's exactly what Hyo Joo Kim has. And what she also has is a share of the lead on 15 under par. For the first time in this championship, Hyo Joo Kim sits atop the leaderboard. Look at that scorecard. She's 6 under par today. Still has 6 holes remaining. Flying under the radar. Inserting her name into the conversation alongside friend and fellow countrywoman Inbee Park, who's not going to go anywhere without a fight. Love to win this tournament 3 times in 6 years.
Over to 12. Short-sided miss for Patty Tavatanakit. Be a slippery chip shot once it hits the putting surface. Here it comes, rolling round. Is it going to roll out? Gorgeous touch from Patty T. She'll escape the 12th with a par.
That took some guts to hit that shot with an open face. Gotta really commit to that. Inby on the 10th. Long range birdie putt. Gonna be a really tough one to judge. Wow. 10-footer left for Inby to stay, join at the lead.
This is one of the leaders, of which we now have 3. And a player who's got to love this position. Can't have fans out on the golf course, hasn't got the attention lavished on her, not in the final group, can just go and play her own game. Hyo Joo Kim is going to be the big threat.
And these guys have seen the leaderboard, I'm assuming, and so they know who exactly coming from behind, threatening the lead. Now Hyo just this long-range birdie putt. It's going to feed down the left side. Just needs to get it on the top of that slope there and just let gravity do its work. Great putt there.
Here we go. Driver for Patty T on the 13th. Got to hit a high, big draw. HSBC International Wealth Hub Tracer. Showing you she's done just that.
Well, Hannah, wouldn't she love to add her name to this list of champions? Kari Webb won the tournament when it was held at Tanamera Country Club, and she has been the beneficiary of the Kari Webb Scholarship. Hannah Green, her mentor, a friend, she can call her, Kari Webb. But what a day this would be for Hannah, who really is enjoying 2021. Big chance now to have the lead by herself and move to 16 under par. Three players locked on 15 under par. Well, Hannah Green's not putting a foot wrong, hasn't dropped a shot, a couple of birdies so far for the Australian. And you're going to have to wonder how you're going to contain Hyo Joo Kim, who's flying around that back nine, picking up birdies practically on every hole.
Yeah, I'd say the way to do it is to apply some pressure. Say, hey, I'm still here, not going anywhere. Inby now, 10-footer, right to left putt for her par. This to stay at 15 under par. Never a doubt for Inby.
If you needed somebody to hold a putt to save your life, that would be who you would call. But what we're finding today is that Inby is having these putts to save par rather than to make birdie, and that's where the difference lies.
And this is the 11th hole where we are getting to one of the toughest stretches on the back nine. 252 to the end of that fairway on the right-hand side. Anything too far right, you're going to get blocked by some serious foliage. Now, this green's not guarded by any hazards, no bunkers whatsoever, but what makes it difficult, it's a three-tier green, 35 paces long. Today, the pin is back left, 4 paces on the left-hand side. You do not want to go anywhere close to that pin on the left hand and miss it left. That would just leave you with a very, very treacherous chip. We've already seen some players having some trouble on the 11th hole. Just 4 birdies.
It's going to be a fascinating next couple of hours. The 2021 HSBC Women's World Championship. It's great to have your company wherever you're watching around the world. Back in Europe, if you're up very early, in the States, 12 hours behind. 12:25 local time here in Singapore. And that means one thing, it's hot.
When is it not hot here? You part will know that. Twice a winner here. The HSBC Women's World Championship going for the hat-trick today, but it's a trio at the top. Bogeyed this hole yesterday. Third hardest hole on the golf course. Want to be up the left, big trees block. Second shot if you're up the right, and Inby Park is up the right.
Now Lydia Ko with wedge fanned right open. Not the place to be. Short-sider herself. Going up. Oh.
Very nice.
Risky shot there. She's got a 15-footer there to save par.
Has to. Otherwise, she'll drop 4 behind. Starting to run out of holes.
Back on the tee is Siyu Lin. He likes to hit that high sort of push draw with the driver. And she turns that one over just right. Okay, she's lurking. Told you she needs to stay lurking.
There's a few players lurking. This player is in the lead. Hannah Green, 11th hole. At least 10 yards extra in the bag this year.
Now Hyo Joo with a second shot on 13th. Today, the pin is all the way back there, 4 paces from the right. Want to aim at that HSBC triangle. Not too happy.
Oh, but by her, oh.
Long range bunker shot there. The only good thing for her is that she has some green to work with.
Just an iron for Patty.
A huge tee shot for Patty Tabatanakit. Was it 320 yards she averaged off the tee when she won the ANA Inspiration?
323. Hey, give her those extra 3 yards.
Beg your pardon, every yard counts now. Wind is slightly off the right for Patty T. She will be encouraged to know there has already been 2 eagles on this par 5, one coming from J. Marie Green and one from her fellow Thai, Oriya Jatanagan. So like Sue-Ann said, started at that triangle up the right, they turn left on the breeze. Oh, there's a club tool. She likes the look of this. Settle down, easy. That's just fine for Patty T on 13.
An eagle opportunity awaits for Patty T, and should she pop that in, they'll have company at the top on 15 under because she will join them. Currently 2 behind, but that's one of the best we've seen into 13 today. Patty roaring around this golf course in 5 under par, but so is Hyo Joo Kim. And it's 3 players at the top, Hyo Joo Kim, Park and Hannah Green.
Now Lydia on the 11th to save a par. Needs this to stay at 12 under. Oh, I'm afraid she's moving in the wrong direction here, Lydia.
Falling quickly behind, having to swim against the current. Well, I thought it was going to leak a little bit further right than it has in B Park. Ball moved back towards the centre of the fairway. So her approach with her trusty little hybrid into the 11th. Settle down, settle down. Good opportunity for Park. Really good caddy on the bag for Hyo Joo Kim. Day point event. Mentioned before, he's caddied for Amy Yang when she won in Thailand. She had 3 wins in Thailand. That's where we head to next at the Honda LPGA. But having that experience, especially when you're only 25 years old, ranked 86 in the world, and have the lead in one of the biggest events on the LPGA Tour, having that extra voice in your ear.
Now she, with her second shot, she's got 174 to the pin. Wind coming down her left-hand side. I want to just get it started at the tip of that triangle behind. Work a little left to right magic. Don't want to miss this left though.
Threatening the hole. It's going to be a long 2-putt from there. Now Hannah Green, not surprising, longest player off the tee on this group.
Just operating out of the right edge of the fairway. Those overhanging branches shouldn't be an issue, but she caught that thin and it's leaking out to the right. Oh, that's a very good break. She's going to chase it on. No pictures on the scorecard. Outside chance for a birdie to come on 11. Good break there for Hannah Green.
Well, you need eyes everywhere on this golf course because we've got the leaders on 15 under playing together, but then you've got this player, Hyo Joo Kim, also the leader on 15 under, a couple of holes ahead on 13. And for the first time, in a little bit of trouble. 2 putts there will be a 5, and it is a par 5 for Hyo Joo. She's just coming back down to earth temporarily.
Now on the 12th, Lydia with a tee shot. Needs to work this one left to right around that tree. Tough par 4. Looks like she likes it. And why wouldn't she?
We saw the bunker shot come up woefully short for Hyo Joo Kim, but this is still for a birdie, for a 7th of the day, and if it hurries, it might have a chance. Looks like she's just gonna brush that one in. So no birdie for Hyo Joo Kim. On the easy 13th, she'll stay at 15 under and a share of the lead.
So what does that all mean? It means that we've got 3 players at the top of the leaderboard on 15 under par. Hyo Joo Kim in B Park and Hannah Green. A lot of players breathing down their neck. Hyo Joo Kim finding herself composed. Patty Tavatanakit getting better every day. Best round of the week so far for Patty Tavatanakit, 5 under through 12. And just 2 shots behind.
And she can make up those 2 shots in a hurry. This is an eagle putt from about 4 feet past the green. This would really be a perfect example of how she uses her length so effectively. Just got to make sure she keeps this one on line through the fringe. It should go straight right when it gets on the green. Paddy for a share of the lead. Oh, bit of adrenaline there. Smashes that through the break. There's no gimme four just yet for Paddy T on 13.
Wow, that was an aggressive putt there. Back to the 11th. We find our final grouping. It looks like Hyo is going to go first. She's got a tough little putt here from the front tier of that green. Down and back up and then back down. I don't know if aim point can really help anyone here. Just kind of want to get that pace right. Get through the 11th hole. So far, even par for the day. One back. She's going to kick to her left and then back to her right. Wow.
Let's say that was a lucky, unlucky putt. So if that doesn't hit the flagstick, it's going to roll a good 8 feet past. Coefficient of restitution, ladies. Okay.
Saved
with the far.
by that flagstick. One behind, Hyo Joo Kim. Breathe a sigh of relief. That didn't scuttle off the green at the back of 11. He was going with some pace. Tracking and bosh. Too much pace for it to drop into the bottom of the cup. And it's a 4 for Hyo Joo Kim.
I don't think she's going to be disappointed with that one. Hannah Green now. Unfortunate. With her second shot, the ball scuttling back on the green. This one going to turn hard from right to left, and it's slow up the hill. What to do for Hannah Green to stay in a share at the top?
And back on the 13th, Paddy. Some work left for a birdie. That's to move her up to 14 under, just one back. And she has, well done.
Patty Tavatanakit lurking. She is so full of confidence. She won the first major this year. Only 21 years old, a rookie on tour. And she's playing with confidence.
B Park sizing up this putt from the left edge of 11. This for a birdie. To move her one clear once again. Stay up. Oh. Stays above ground, more like.
As John McEnroe says, you cannot be serious. How did that not go in? Ko, pin is at the back on 12, needs to get it all the way back there. Great shot. Needs that. She's 4 behind.
Back to 11. And another one of these testers for Hannah Green. Rams that in the back of the cup. She's been flawless with the flat stick.
She's been super solid. Really is very impressive to watch her. Just 24 years old from Mount Morley in Perth.
On 14, Hyo Joo Kim. Short par 4. 336 yards. Oh, one hand. Not a problem there at all. Short grass for Hyo Joo.
Lopez hasn't made a birdie since the par 5 fifth. This her second. Trying to work a big high fade in there, but is that the dreaded double cross? Yes, it is.
Leaning as much as she wanted to. It wasn't going to make a difference to the flight of that ball. Work to do for Gabby Lopez. Good 4 at the previous hole for Patty Tavatanakit. Here she is on 14. 3-wood, no driver in the hand for Patty.
What a lean of concern. It strikes the cart path. Where oh where has that finished?
Now I me on the 12. Leaning. It's got to come around. I don't want to get blocked by that huge tree, and it has. Didn't look like she caught all of that.
The beautiful par 4 12. It's a tricky one. 18 yards downhill, this tee shot plays. Everything sweeps around to the right. You got to start it over that banyan tree you see on the right-hand side of your screen and try and hit a big towering fade. The fairway does kick down from right to left, 290 to run out of room to those yellow flame trees in the distance. And the green is slightly raised, as so many are here at Tanjong. 3 different segments to this hole: front, left, front, right, and this wide back section where the hole is located today. The easiest hole location we've seen all week on the 12, 30 paces on in the back right. And the green's already found the fairway off the tee, as has Inby Park. She lid one back, level for the day, looking for that first LPGA Tour win. Kick on the fairway, right down the middle.
Now Gabby Lopez up on the green on 12. It's got to go up and over. Needs to get it all the way back there.
Now needs to settle down next to the hole. Wow, that's a very, very good up and down for Gabby Lopez. We're going to give her that putt.
Man, these girls are making it look so easy out here.
Hyo Joo Kim, Inby Park, Hannah Green. They are your leaders. Will it stay that way? Will Patty Tavatanakit jump up the leaderboard too? She's looking good. She's on 14.
Now Lydia on the 12th green. Hit a beautiful shot in. This to move her to 12 under and 3 back. Needs this. It's going to move to her right. Just not high enough. We've talked a lot about her putting this week. She's got 2 different grips. Anything in close range, she does the left hand low. Anything in the longer range, she does the regular standard grip, just to get a little bit more feel.
Oh, Hyo Joo Kim, what have you got for us on 14? It's been so good. Yesterday has a strange round, 6 birdies, 6 bogeys, and 6 pars that made up even par, but today she has kept a bogey off the scorecard. It's been 6 birdies for the South Korean, the world number 9. And online, coming up a fraction shy at 14. Could there be a late twist? We saw Lydia Ko hole out from the middle of the fairway on 18 yesterday, much to the thrill of the HSBC patrons. She's going to need some shots like that if she's going to mount a charge and go for her second win in 3 weeks. So all to play for here in Singapore.
fairway for the green to clear. That's what faces the players. Easiest hole location of this green that the players have seen all week. Like we've seen for most of the day in B Park, first to play. Going back and forth between clubs. Looking to land this 5-6 paces past the front edge. Coming in as low as the hybrid does. It's going to kick forward, crest the ridge, and feed it to this back right section of the hole. Put that up in the air very quickly. Here it comes. It's going to chase on down. We saw Hyo Joo Kim do this about half an hour ago on this hole in Inby Park. Gorgeous shot into 12.
Now at 14th, Patty. After that huge drive, trying to just get this up there, keep going.
And a green second shot to the back right hole on 12, asking for that to turn over. Green's going to try and help her out with that, but caught the old bottom groove special there for Hannah Green.
Advantage Inby. Green to work with for So Yeon-Yu, needs to settle down. Caught in one of the fingers that work their way into the bunkers. Gnarly rough. You can be very close to the green in 2 and find yourself with a horrible lie.
Now Hsu, you can see the yellow dot there. That's 150 to the front. She's got a 180 shot, but really you want to land this 165 and just use that slope. She's got the ball ever so slightly above her feet. Asking for it to move. Come on down.
Well, it's safe. Not the easiest of 2 putts.
Up ahead to 13 and Abby Lopez. Don't think she's going to leave anything in the tank here, but that is a big high block.
She could leave it in a bunker. Oh, that's going to be okay. That's in the right-hand rough. Might have a chance if she hits a flyer down the right side with her second, potentially getting it home in 2.
We've noticed a drill from Lydia Ko yesterday. She was kind of doing a Kyle Butcher, kind of just stepping back and forth, trying to get a little extra yardage.
There it is, called it, Sue-Ann. The Kyle Berkshire World Long Drive Champion, for those of you who don't know. But she didn't keep that one on the grid. Left bunker for Lydia Ko on the 13th.
Hyo Joo Kim has made plenty of birdies in this final round, 6 so far. Got a chance here as well on the 14th. This would give her the outright lead. It's tracking, and in it goes. Hyo Joo Kim, for the first time in this tournament, has the lead all by herself on 16 under par. It's an electric final round. She is 7 under the card, flying under the radar, hiding behind that mask. But what a putt from Hyo Joo Kim, the world number 9.
Yeah, she didn't play on the LPGA in 2020, but she did play on the LPGA Tour, winning twice last year.
She also Bagged a lot of Korean won as well, led them in official earnings in 2020, so elected to stay at home. Clearly worked on her golf game. Well, Inbee Park and Hannah Green won't know what's happened. Caddies will try to find out what's going on, but all of a sudden, they are not in the lead. They are one back.
Well, traditionally, there's a leaderboard right at the back of 12 green, but I don't think the volunteers have had time to update that in the 20 seconds since Hyo Joo Kim just assumed the solo lead. So this is to tie at the top. Hannah Green swinging right to lefter. Side heel, downhill putt. It's a good defensive lag for Hannah.
Now Patty on the 14th. This to move her to join. Minus 15. It's gotta go.
Hyo Lin had the lead by 1 at the start of the day, now trails by 2. This is a birdie chance, but it's not an easy one. 25 feet, 30 feet for the Chinese player.
The proponent of aim point golf, you feel the contours of the green with your feet, then you, based on what kind of degree of slope it is, you put up the corresponding number of fingers. You saw 5 fingers up there, so this is 5 degrees of break. Let's see who Lin's dealing with. Finds herself 2 shots back right now. Needs to give herself easier looks at birdie. This one coming in with good pace. Nicely rolled for Hyo Lin. But with that Hyo Joo Kim birdie, she falls 2 back.
Now Patty T, just to clean up for a par. Further down on the 14th, well done. Look at that scorecard. 6 under for the day.
Inbee Park has one of the best opportunities she's had all day. This is for a birdie at the 12th. Hasn't been hitting it close, not like we're used to seeing her, so making it hard for herself to give herself these birdie chances, but this really must go in. Equal best shots we've seen into 12 alongside Hyo Joo Kim, and that's who she's trying to keep up with. This to get to 16 under. It's a two-way tie at the top, and Hannah Green now trails by 1. Hyo Joo Kim, Inbee Park, Tim Suan, here she is. And there's the car. Should it pop in the hole on 15? Back pin as well today. We're going to see there's going to be some great tee shots. See the ball sweeping around. So this is a player that has really got to be feeling very, very comfortable. She won the money list last year in Korea, had 2 wins, hasn't won on the LPGA Tour for 5 years, and is finding that there's no galleries. She can play her own game. She's in cruise control right now.
She's only played 3 events this year. This is her 4th.
She also found the big bunker up the left of 15 yesterday. Gotta avoid it today. Keep it out right of the flag. Slope kicks everything left. Bite off more than you can chew. That's going to be very good. Just getting over the slope now, starting to feed down to the hole. Hyo Joo Kim. The round of the day continues. That will be for an 8th birdie of the day. Pretty sure that's brought a smile to her face. Back to 13. Birdie for you.
Just struggling to start her putts on line today. She's left so many out there. She's not going to be happy walking away with a par on the easiest hole of the week.
Been treading water today, so you're new. 1 under for the final round. Unable to dig deep and reel off those birdies.
Birdie this hole every single day, as your co-leader in B Park went for it in 2 yesterday. Gosh darn near made eagle. Setting up towards the rightmost of the 3 bunkers in the distance. HSBC International Wealth Hub top tracer telling you that's turning over a smidge, but it's just going to find the left edge of the fairway. That's just fine there for Inbee Park.
It's the hottest time of the day right now. Players are sweltering out there.
Anna Green will be used to that though. She's from Perth. Temperatures soar down under. She could do with a soaring driver and get home in 2. She's trailing by 1. Good looking drive. Stays there. Stay there though. Jump over. Oh, that has gone a long way down.
Paddy T, 15. Hyo Joo Kim has shown her the perfect way to play this hole. Just carry it on the front edge, let it release round, carry that a little bit further, so it's going to sort of roll more towards the back of the green than round to the hole. But a good shot there for Paddy T.
See you. Last to hit in this group. Finding the right side of the fairway. Well done.
Well, what could possibly play out over the next hour or so? That's what we have left in this final round of the HSBC Women's World Championship. 2 players locked on 16 under par, both from South Korea. One a World Golf Hall of Famer, Inbee Park, looking for her 22nd win. Hyo Joo Kim looking for her 4th win on the LPGA Tour and going about it just the right way. Well, next week, the LPGA Caravan rolls into Thailand. The player bubble will remain intact. A plane will leave Suan from Changi Airport into Bangkok, and the players will make their way down to the Siam Country Club for what is a super tournament. One of the best. It's Asian Swing, abbreviated this year because of COVID, but it's still up and running.
Now Gabby with her 3rd. Ball above her feet. Out of the rough. Oh. Cutting a little close there. Well done, Gabby. She's 1 over par today.
Can't afford to be over par in the final round to mount a challenge. So you're new. She's 1 under. Looks like it's running out of holes. 5 behind. Oh, unless you hold out. Had a chance. That would have looked terrific from where she was standing. It's going to be a tap in for So-yeon.
Ooh, and Lydia. Some thick stuff. Contact was okay. Oh, only thing that would stop that would be the pin.
That's a chance for Lydia. Lydia 11 under, 1 under today. This player's not able to fire up the engine, dig deep. Inbee is 3 under today, but she does have a share of the lead.
just out of the left half of the fairway. I think that might have just settled up against the collar of rough. There it goes. She's probably just about got a stance. No, 1 foot in the sand, 2 feet in the sand, ball well above her feet. Just trying to find a comfortable stance here for your co-leader. Getting this well up to the right, toe in the air is going to make the ball hook quite a bit. And you see it coming round. And that's still going to find the rough. Work to do for Inby Park. Played this hole 3 under par for the week.
Super tee shot from Patty Tavatanakit. She sets herself with a great look of a birdie. This is at the 15th hole. She's already had 6 birdies so far, 6 under the card.
And this one's going to move towards the water on the right. Doing aim point there. Trying to figure out how much exactly this is going to break.
Now, if I remember this putt correctly, or this whole location rather, it's very easy to know that it's moving from left to right with the slope that splits this green. Sort of around that hole, the last 2 or 3 feet, it's a fairly flat spot, so the ball doesn't break as much as you think. Just didn't hit that hard enough, did she? Oh, she got it. We couldn't see the ball find the bottom of the cup, but the reaction tells the story. Patty Tavatanakit, the 7th birdie of the day, up to 15 under she goes. Within 1 of playing partner Hyo Joo Kim, who has a birdie putt of her own to come, to move 1 clear of Inby Park. The action is coming thick and fast this Sunday afternoon in Singapore.
And she's going to get to go to Thailand, her home country, next week. As we take a look at Hyo Joo.
Once again, Hyo Joo Kim, the world number 9, has this chance at 15 to move to 17 under for the championship. This for the outright lead. Oh, it's good. And she has been in imperious form all day long. 8 under for her round today. 17 under for the championship. Pars all the way in, that's around a 64, but the way she's going, you would have bet against a few more birdies on that scorecard.
Still opportunities to come. Lydia Ko needs to take every one that she can get. This is for birdie from the back of 13. The way Hyo Joo Kim and Patty Tavatanakit are playing, this one's got to go. Oh, Lydia, fast start again, but it's all just fizzled out since. 5 at 13, she's 6 back.
6 back, that's too many. If you're going to keep the steam train, that's Hyo Joo Kim within your sight. And when you're cruising, it doesn't matter what the conditions are like. When you're playing well, you are playing well, and nothing's going to stop you. And she has that added advantage of being ahead of the final groups, being able to just play her own game, fly under the radar.
The green is clear at the par 5 13th. Ji Lin started the day with a 1-shot lead over Anna Green and Inby Park. She's still at 14 under and finds herself trailing by 3. If she's going to make a move, she's got to do it now. Half a dozen holes left. Second shot to the par 5. Work a high draw in there. It's high and it's out to the right, and oh, it's found the bunker that Hyo Joo Kim was in. We know that's going to be a long, tough bunker shot. And a great, monstrous tee shot all the way up the left. Surely can't be coming in with anything more than a mid-iron. Soften the club, softer landing. Oh no, I don't think she's going to have much of a stance in the finger of rough in that bunker.
Lydia Ko was a few moments ago, and it all depends on the lie. Heart-stopping moment for Hannah Green. You can see her shaking her arms. She knows exactly what's at stake. Jump to 16.
Tournament leader Hyo Joo Kim. The last par 5 on the Tanjong course. And a good tee shot from Hyo Joo Kim. How about the scoring in this group? Hyo Joo Kim and Paddy Tavatanakit combined to be 15 under par through 15 holes so far today.
Yes, the walking scorer must have think he's died and gone to heaven. Third shot now for MB Park, but it's not an easy one. Fight over those bunkers. Distance control is key. Got to know exactly what yardage she needs. Does not like it. Was heavy, tugged it to the left. And once again, MB Park not threatening the hole with a birdie putt. Under a little bit of pressure. Aon Risk-Reward Challenge, and it rewards the player who conquers the most strategically challenging holes throughout the season. Now this week it is the par 5 13th hole. It's an initiative not just on the LPGA Tour but also on the PGA Tour, and there is a lot at stake because at the end of the season the winner will walk away with $1 million in prize money. So the 13th hole on the Tanjong course this week, and on Thursday this was MB Park playing her third over the bunker into a very tidy position to set the world number 2 up with a makeable birdie putt. We know she's one of the best in the game with a putter in hand. Not a problem for MB, a 4 on the opening day for MB, who leads the Aon standings. On Friday, birdie chance for MB once again. Not a problem, leaving the flagstick in this time, so birdie number 2. And then on Saturday, round 3, this was her second, going for the green in an attempt to get close, potentially set up an eagle opportunity, staring it down, liking it as well. An eagle awaited. She walked away with a birdie, but MB Park leads the Aon Risk-Reward Challenge. It's a great initiative. Stretches throughout the season, $1 million. Shi Yulin, they won't be focused on that right now.
Just thinking about the 40 feet between her and the hole location from this massive bunker at the front of 13 green. Percentage play would be the chunk and run here. A lot of green past the flag. Don't want to be carrying it all the way there with spin. Okay, not too bad. Made that look pretty simple. That'll be to stay within touch.
Now on the 16th tee, Patty T going along amazingly well today.
Haven't seen any player attempt to go for this green in 2. I wonder if Patty T has the firepower to do so. She's a long way up there.
She needs one of those 320-yard drives that she had in California last month. That's going to be hard in these hot, humid conditions. Well, this is very difficult. All depends on the lie for Hannah Green. She's got 1 foot in the bunker. Head into the back of it, let it chase up. Green to work with. Well, very quickly, Hannah Green, from having the lead, finds herself 2 back. Has a chance with that putt, should it go in. That would move her to 16 under, but with holes running out, you cannot make any mistakes.
Now Now on 14th, Lydia Ko. Their second shot today. Pin 11 on, 4 from the right. Ooh, don't want to go anywhere close to that right-hand side. Oh. What a shot by Lydia. She needs to try and make a move. That was the ball of Inby Park.
Racing it by for Inby. It's one of those rounds for Inby where she hasn't really moved out of neutral, stepped up a gear. I know she's 3 under par, but she can cruise around this golf course so effortlessly. Had a 64 on the opening day.
Yeah, she did say there are a lot of birdies out there.
Well, we did say at the top of the show, it's not a course where you can kind of cruise home and shoot level par 1, 2 under and get the job done, because a round like Paddy Tavatanakit or Hyo Joo Kim's could come up and catch you. And a green started off in the best possible way with that birdie at the first, picked up another at the 8th. This would be for a third of the day, but this would be to get to within 1 of your leader, Hyo Joo Kim. No. Anna doesn't birdie the easy 13th as well.
Laying up on 16, Hyo Joo Kim playing it safe.
Yeah, that pin's all the way back right.
She's all the way back there, so it's a full wedge in from the world number 9. But showing exactly what she's doing. Lay up to a range that she feels comfortable. We saw what drama can unfold on 16. It happened yesterday. Hee Young Park walked off with a 9. This player had a double bogey 7.
This is to save a par and stay within touch. Birdie putt went racing by, and a big mistake there at a crucial time of the tournament. Inby Park drops back to 15 under.
Well, what that means is that there is daylight now between Hyo Joo Kim and her nearest challengers, of which there are 3. But it's 2 shots that separate them. Hyo Joo Kim up ahead on 16, the par 5. Shi Lin on 14 under. Is for a 4.
This to make it 4 at 15 under. She started to make her move at this point in the round yesterday. And here she comes into red figures on the day. There's 4 that find themselves 2 behind Hyo Joo Kim.
Well, it's so impressive to watch the fortunes of Hyo Joo Kim. Remained in South Korea last year during COVID. Didn't exactly not play. She played, won a major, won the money list on the LPGA Tour. We know what depth of talent there is there. Came back to the LPGA in 2021 and has a very good chance of lifting her first trophy in 5 years if she continues in this form. 8 under through 15.
Par 4, 14th, just the one big bunker that faces the players off the tee. One way to get to it, almost 300 yards to the front edge. Most players who average around that 250 mark are going to find themselves in this section with 100 yards left to the hole, which today, sitting on the elevated green, is in the front right section. 13 paces on, just 4 from the right. A skinny little portion of this turtle back green.
By virtue of the birdie, it's Shi Lin who will strike the first blow. 270 yards been our average this week. It's her first time playing at the Tanjong course. Hasn't been here for the last few years, and neither is Hannah Green. He really is enjoying seeing this golf course for the first time. And she's taking her new game to the golf course with this extra distance in 2021.
Was a costly 3-putt bogey for Inbee Park back on 13. She now trails by 2 on the 14th tee.
On the 16th, Hyo Joo with her third, your clubhouse leader by 2. Sorry, not clubhouse leader, but your leader. Wind is just coming off the left-hand side.
There's a lot to like about that golf swing. A lot to like about that shot, because once again it sets up another opportunity for Hyo Joo Kim to stamp her authority all over this leaderboard. It's worth checking out many of the highlights of her round. Had a lovely birdie at the 5th hole, and then this was the 6th hole, the par 4 up the hill to a back pin. She got the distance perfectly. It was a tap-in birdie for Hyo Joo Kim that set herself up nicely as she moved her way north up the leaderboard. This on the 8th hole. A lot of green to work with. Par 5. Fed that beautifully down towards the hole. Yet another tap-in birdie. And how about at the 9th hole as well? Back up to the clubhouse. Pin cut, front left, a member's bounce. Thank you very much. I'll be out in 32. And she continued to put the hammer down on the back 9. A par at the 10th, and then this at the 11th. One of the hardest holes on the golf course today, but not a problem for Kim. And then back it up on 12. One of the best shots we'll see today from Hyo Joo Kim and from anybody in the field. Hybrid, landing it short, feeding it beautifully down to this back hole location. Wouldn't you love a tap-in birdie like that for 3 at the 12th? And then there was more. At the 14th, green, no bunkers framing this green. She didn't worry about those. All she was worried about was holding more and more putts, which just got easier and easier. And then the 15th hole. Lovely little par 3. And she's playing this golf course as if she's been a member for 20 years. She knows exactly where to land it, how to feed it round, work with all the gentle slopes of this Tanjong golf course. And Hyo Joo Kim is a cheeky little 8 under par for the round today and is the leader by 2. Could there be a late charge though? Patty Tavatanaka is 7 under, feeding off the momentum. They're playing together, Patty Tavatanaka and Hyo Joo Kim.
I draw your attention to the crazy last hour we had yesterday, which also involved Inbee Park for most of it. Inbee making a double on 16, Lydia Ko holding out, birdies everywhere. So much can change in such a short span of time on a golf course like this. Inbee Park, the final group back. The 14th fairway, see that tiny little sliver of green that the hole is today in the front right section. Played this hole 1 over for the week. don't know if we could say that about Inbee Park on any course here at Sentosa. Second shot, and the way wind just off her left.
It's
Paddy T crushed her tee shot, actually tried to go for the green in two, just pushed it out to the right. This is her third now to the par 5. Through that whole location all the way in the back. The old finger snap, trying to get it to slow down. Oh, it's going to park alongside the ball of Hyo Joo Kim, who's going to get a line read.
There's a lot to like about her game. I like the cut of her jib.
Hyo Lin on the 14th fairway. She's got 56 to the front. She's got 11 paces on the green, so 67 is the yardage. With wind coming off the left-hand side, she just wants to aim at that rock behind her. Beautifully done. Staying below the hole, giving herself an uphill putt.
It's a good chance for Hyo Lin. So she is in that logjam of players who are 2 shots behind Hyo Joo Kim. Hyo Joo Kim has a birdie on 16. Hannah Green is one of the players locked in that tie for second place. She'd love to get up and down here. Oh, and she's got a super chance. Oh, what a shot from Hannah Green.
That's the second time she's holed out this weekend at the Tanjong. It was on 10 yesterday. It's 14 today, and just like that, Hannah Green, my goodness, ties Hyo Joo Kim. Well worth another look. What do we say about how fast things can change at the Tanjong? It releases up, trickles in the front edge. Hannah Green, oh wow indeed.
It was a wow from Nate Blasco, her caddy. That's 2 eagles on the back nine for Hannah Green, and all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, we've got 2 players on 17 under par. Game on.
Don't you just love this game?
That's a game changer right there. Meanwhile, across the little creek, Patty Tavatanakit already missed her birdie putt on 16. Hyo Joo Kim, that one's going to hang wide, so she stays level with Hannah Green.
And Hannah Green is yet to play this 16th hole, where there are a lot of birdies up for grabs. Hyo Joo Kim has walked away with a 5, couple of holes remaining.
Hannah just having a good laugh. She said she hasn't holed out in a long time, prior to yesterday on the 10th, and then another one here on the 14th.
They're like buses. You wait forever for one, and 2 come along at once.
What a shot.
Well played, Hannah Green. Inbee Park, she wants to join the party as well. This is for birdie at 14. Been one of those days for Inbee Park where she hasn't been able to move up a gear. She's got more experience than everybody else in the field.
Just wondering, have there been any more hole-outs in HSBC Women's World Championship history than we've seen in these 4 days in 2021? Hyo Lin, big moment. This one to get within 1. She's hanging tough, as she did all day yesterday. Someone from Inbee's putt. It's going to wiggle right as he gets to the hole. Just across a little ridge. This So back-to-back birdies and a third of the day to get within one of the pair at the top.
Getting closer. It nearly went in. How that remained above ground. That was unlucky, really unlucky for Hyo Joo Kim. She stays at 15 under. 3 holes to play. A lot could happen. So on to the par 3, 15th. They will march. Alexis awaits should anybody make a hole in one. Let's have another look. She's been so good with this club throughout the final round, hitting it close. This was good. It was getting even better. And it went in. A wow from her caddy. And wow, Hannah Green, you are locked at the top on 17 under par alongside Hyo Joo Kim. Just a handful of holes remaining. Paddy Tavatanakit not far behind. Imby Park trails by 2 shots. It's anyone's game. Well, some good scoring out there today. Eri Jatanagan having a better day. A player who's come so close to winning this championship, finished second, had the lead here a couple of years ago, only to be denied by Sun Hyung Park. But she returned a 70 to sit 4 under for the championship in a tie for 24th. Trio of Australians in Suo Minji Lee and Catherine Kirk. And Yu Liu, fellow countrywoman, 5 under par today. Some good rounds from the Chinese players, but not for Shan Shan. The queen of Chinese golf limped home with a 74, 2 over par for the Asian specialist who wins so many of her tournaments in this part of the world on the LPGA.
Jenny Shin. She's had some great records here at HSBC Women's World Championship. Not quite the year for her this year. Angel Yin, 4 over today. Danielle.
To the 17th we go, and our leader, Hyo Joo Kim.
She's 8 under par for a final round, hasn't dropped a single stroke, and it's crazy to think she didn't birdie either one of the 2 par 5s on this inward half. But she has a share of the lead with Hannah Green. The hole today on 17 in the middle left section, just over the edge of that bunk, 5 from the left. Tracer by HSBC International Wealth Hub telling you that's straight at the flag. She's not backing down, Hyo Joo Kim. What a shot.
Co-leader Hannah Green at the 15th. This will feed round. Is she going to fly it all the way there? Looks like she's taking it the more conservative line, but the problem is you hit that downslope, can scuttle on. It's safe, but not threatening the hole at 15.
Yeah, it's a tough pin to get to. You don't want to play too aggressive. You don't want to play too conservative. It's 171 today. The wind's coming off the right-hand side. So a lot of the players are going to try and just aim this at the middle of the green. Try and use that contour to your advantage here.
She hit a gorgeous shot yesterday. She's hit another good one today, but unfortunately, like Hannah Green, Lynn's going to roll to the back edge of 15.
Greens are getting firmer. And this is the last chance to win that gorgeous convertible Lexus. All right, MB. Show us what you got. Going to have to hang a sharp left and reverse backwards. But it's a look at a birdie 2. She's 2 behind, eager to close that gap. 4 holes remaining.
Across to 17 and the other par 3. There's 9, Paddy T, 7 under for her round. Kim hit it straight over the top of the flagstick. There's another club twirl. She likes the look of it. Ooh, that was just a club too far. Perhaps a bit of adrenaline coursing through the body of Paddy T.
On 16, Lydia Ko, the last par 5 of the back 9.
No driver in the hand for Lydia Ko. Remember yesterday, snap hooked it off the tee. Playing for position today.
Yeah, I guess there's no point hitting a driver if you're not going to get home in 2. Smart play. And that's your co-leader right now, Hyo Joo Kim.
It's been a scorching hot day in Singapore, and it's been some sizzling play from Hyo Joo Kim. 8 birdies, no drop shots. This group combined, Hyo Joo Kim and Paddy Tabatanaki at 15 under for your Sunday effort. Making her way up to 15 green is fellow player at 17 under par, Hannah Green. He's just holed out for an eagle at 14. She 2 bogey free at 17 under par mark.
Well, it wasn't that long ago that Hannah was one of the best amateurs in Australia, the recipient of the Kari Webb Scholarship. They stayed together, rented the same house when she won the KPMG PGA Championship a couple of years ago. They've been good friends, and wouldn't she love to have her name on the trophy alongside her idol, who won it back in 2011.
The 3 Australians ever to win an LPGA Major Championship. Leading his green right there, Hannah Green, Kari Webb, the great Jan Stevenson.
She's played some lovely golf and trending in the right direction coming to Singapore. Tied 14 at ANA, tied 12th in Hawaii.
3rd last week at the LA Open.
Right, tied 3rd at LA Open. Judging by the way she's trending, could this week be the week to win?
To first negotiate this putt in the back of 15. Left to righter, moving back up the hill. Start of the day, 1 back, now finds herself level with Hyo Joo Kim. Playing partners in the park, see you, Lynn. 2 shots further back, this an outside chance for a birdie for Hannah Green to seize the solo lead.
It's going to have to turn. It's a very good putt, a solid 3 from Hannah Green. She does have the par 5, 16th to come. And with her distance, that's going to be a huge advantage. Good 3 from Hannah. Just 24 years old, looking for her 3rd win. It's been a very strong start, as Suan and Tim have mentioned. Over $165,000 in prize money. It's only April. Tavatanika has picked up a lot of dollars this year as well, after her win in the ANA Inspiration.
Currently sits 3rd on the LPGA Tour money list, and this one just going to slide by the left edge on 17 for Patty T. Might be running out of holes for the 21-year-old tie.
Now back on the 16th. Hyo, just right of where Hannah was. So this is not going to move quite as much. Still breaking left to right, and then maybe right to left at the end. This to get her 1 back. That was a good try. Another one bites the dust.
Huge putt now for the chasing pack. This for another birdie for Hyo Joo Kim. Stretch it to 18 under. Rare birdie at the 17th. It's the 3rd hardest hole on the golf course today. Very nearly made a 2, but ball remains above ground. She stays at 17 under, 1 hole to play.
This is for a 2 for Inbee Park. She's seen a couple of putts slide by for Hannah Green. Si Lin. Left to righter, doesn't turn as much at the hole. She needs this. Just lacked that spark today.
The MB magic that has produced all of those records, those 7 major championships, over 30 professional wins in her career, Olympic gold medal, World Golf Hall of Fame. Money, we thought yesterday she was going to have a stranglehold on the tournament, having the lead, certainly after the first day with that 64. It's a funny old game.
Writing her off just yet. Turn back. 3 to play. Okay. Remains 2 back. So she heads up to the par 5 16th.
On the 16th hole, did throw up the biggest surprises yesterday. That's where the leaders are going to head. This is the 17th now, and So Yeon Yu. This pin is tucked tight behind those 2 bunkers, and the breeze is picking up into.
Him off the left, gonna need to hit a high draw to hold it up against this breeze. So just slightly left of the flag, wasn't by much. Fortunately for So Yeon Yu, going to release on. Now up to 18T. And your co-leader, Hyo Joo Kim, she did shoot 61 on the opening day back at the 2014 Evian Championships, en route to her first major title. So we know she can take it deep. That is still the lowest round recorded by any professional golfer, male or female. at a major championship. She's cruising at 8 under par right now on the 72nd hole of this year's championship. Hyo Joo Kim on 18T.
It's a great looking swing with a great looking result. I think she's delighted. The body language would suggest she is.
Over to the 16th tee box. Your co-leader, Hannah Green. Now it's 287 to the bunker on the right. Not really going to be in play for Hannah, so she's going to work off that bunker, curve it to the left. Here's a creek that runs all the way up to the green.
No problems for Hannah. Really good acceleration through the ball. That increased club head speed making dividends. It's going to be an exciting year for Hannah.
Looking to start it at the further of the two traps up the right. That two going to chase on like Hannah Green's. Could be interested to see if either one of these players try to get it close up to the green with their second shots. It's 250 from the front edge. That bunker to the front edge of the green. Now, in B Park, this is where it all came unstuck yesterday afternoon with a double bogey here. She's two back. Okay, three players in play on 16.
Yes, that's the easier part of this hole. It's when you've got that approach into a green that's dome-shaped. More on that in a moment. 18th tee, Patty Tevatanikit unleashing her driver for the final time on the Tanjong.
Just have a miss. It's up the left. And that miss down quickly. Carlota Saganda. Birdie putt on the way up the hill at the 18th. That's a nice way to finish for Carlota Saganda. 5 birdies in her last 10 holes, 11 holes, I should say, a round of 68. The 30-year-old from Pamplona, Spain.
Here's the co-leader, Hyo Joo Kim, keeping cool, keeping out of the sun. It's sweltering. Hannah Green, 2 holes behind on the par 5. Anything can happen over the next 30 minutes. Well, they'll know the situation and she'll know exactly what's at stake as they play the 18th. The leaderboard up there telling her that she has the honours alongside Hannah Green. Hannah, a couple of holes behind. But for a player who hasn't won on the LPGA Tour for 5 years, that last win coming all the way back in 2016. She's got to be incredibly pleased at the way she has handled herself today. 6 bogeys on the card yesterday. Made sure there were none of those today. It's a round of 8 under so far for Hyo Joo Kim.
Well, she hasn't won on the LPGA in 5 years, but she did win a major on the KLPGA last year, so she's very familiar being in this position.
Now let's go to Ko. This for birdie at 16, moved to 12 under. slightly left off the club face. Fabulous vista. The imposing clubhouse behind, voted the best golf clubhouse in the world. We certainly think so. We have the opportunity to come here, being based in Singapore. Tournament moved here in 2017 from the Serapong. This is the home of the HSBC Women's World Championship. And what an addition we're witnessing this week.
As Sue-Ann mentioned, winner of a KLPGA major last year was Hyo Joo Kim. It's been 5 years since her last win on the LPGA Tour, and it was a great tussle at the top of the KLPGA point standings between this lady, Hye-Jin Choi, and Hannah Jang. This lady emerging top spot. She's top of the table right now alongside Hannah Green. Second shot on the way to 18. Hole cut deep. 27 paces on. Gotta get this one underneath the hole. You're just going to roll up to pin high. That's going to leave a putt with a substantial amount of left to right swing in it, but it will be for a round of 63.
Not a course record. 62 is the course record. Got to feel you're a bit cheated if you shoot a 63 and it's still not in the record books. Great round all the same.
Now on the 16th hole, there's Xiulin looking to lay up. From where she is, 177 to the wider part of the fairway, just before that bunker in front of you. Ball slightly below her feet. Above her feet, sorry. Downhill lie.
Position on the 16th. I only saw Patty Tavatanakit was the only player able to get pin high into. Here she is on 18.
Yeah, the left rough uphill line, ball below her feet. Be careful, don't want to get a jumper here. If she ends up in that bunker, there's going to be no room to work with. And there's 20 feet short of the hole. She's asking for it to sit. Okay, ends up in the back right section, and unlike Hyo Joo Kim, there's going to be a big swinging putt from right to left for Patty T.
Neither of those putts are easy. Not with that back hole location. Even though Hyo Joo Kim, 20 foot away, is not a very easy putt at all. Now, Hannah Green.
Oh, it's just gone a touch right, settled down in the rough. I tell you what, another couple of feet right, that takes the cart path to who knows where. Hyo Joo Kim, what a final round she's put together. 8 unanswered birdies with a putt to come at the last for a 63. She's 2 clear at the top alongside Hannah Green. Looking for that first win in 5 years in the LPGA Tour.
It's a hard place to win. The LPGA, talent pouring in. And I hope the patrons from HSBC have had a good time this week in their pods of 8. Treated to lots of thrills last night. Hole out from Lydia Ko on the 18th gave them plenty to cheer about. But Hyo Joo Kim, take a bow, because this has been the best round so far of this championship. 64 set the pace on Thursday. That was by Inbee Park, but 2 putts, and this would be for a sizzling 63. Player who clearly keeps her emotions in check. I can't tell whether she's smiling, she's nervous, she's angry, but we do know that it's a performance to show off to the world.
And that's the view of the 16th fairway and the green. And Lee's next to hit. She's laid up, playing to her strengths. She didn't play this hole quite as well as she would like to yesterday. Hoping to make up for it today, and she needs to. Because she is 2 back.
Double bogey yesterday for Imbi, highly uncharacteristic. Should have learned from that, erase that from the memory banks. It's all about this one shot, staying in the present.
Needs to be aggressive, finding herself 2 shots back. This hole in the very back portion of the green, anything long feeds down to the water. Oh dear. And unless something very special happens, that could be the end of the Inbi Park Challenge this year in Singapore. But this, Hyo Joo Kim for a closing birdie.
Not an easy putt. This is going to move left to right and come back at the end.
So the co-leader has this putt on 18 to move to 18 under par. Going to have to hold its line, as Suan said, moves from left to right, not to be. And a little bit of a knee knocker in there. So work to do for Hyo Joo Kim. But that Patty also in her group, and also playing alongside Sophia Popov, player there in the pink skirt, major champion. Popov 1 over for her round. She must feel like she's having a million out there compared to these 2 players who are 8 under and 7 under respectively. Temperatures are soaring, and I wonder if the same applies to her heart rate. Now Patty, she's 2 behind. This is for birdie, and this would be to get to 16 under. Hyo Joo Kim still has a 3.5-foot putt to walk away with a par.
That hole's going to look the size of a thimble to Hyo Joo Kim if Patty Tavatanikit somehow finds a way to drain this. Big swinging putt from right to left. It's going to go pretty much sideways in the last 6 feet. High enough. It's trying. Good pace. Going to come up just shy, I think, this week in Singapore. But what a week it's been. What a year it's been so far. Patty Tavatanikit. Slow start to the week, but my goodness, what a weekend she's had here in Singapore. This for a round of 65.
And Patty has delighted the crowds and gathered more fans in this part of the world. She's from Thailand. She made her debut here in Singapore as a professional, and we've loved having her. 15 under par. She's in a tie for 3rd. Back to the co-leader. Hannah's been so good with this club on the front line, hitting it close. And there's a chance there for her to take the lead all by herself. We're going to come back to that in a moment. Sophia Popov has just been trying to keep up with her playing partners. A frustrating day. This is for par. Apparently 1 over, 7 under for the championship. Frustrating finish for Sophia Popov, but we've enjoyed having her here in Singapore. German will head to Thailand next week. Now Hyo Joo Kim. This par putt is for a dazzling round of 63 to be the clubhouse leader on 17 under par. What a performance, what a day. Have a look at that. No drop shots. 32, 32, 64. It's out of her control now. She can't do anything apart from sit in the clubhouse, wait and watch as Hannah Green stares a very good birdie chance on the 16th hole. Let's see what unfurls.
Hyo Lin started the round ahead by 1. Currently trails by 2, and to keep any sort of hope alive, this one's got to go. It's for a birdie at 16 to get to within 1 of your clubhouse target. Unfortunately, hasn't given herself the shortest looks at birdie today, but she's playing very solid indeed. It's good to see Hyo Lin back playing some consistent golf again. Still has 2 holes to play. She's 2 back.
Big putt now. Massive putt for Hannah Green. This to take the outright lead.
To her right. She's got to hit it. And she did.
She rams it home. Hannah Green, what a moment to make a clutch putt. A birdie at the 16th hole, an eagle at the 14th hole, and Hannah Green leads by 1 with 2 holes remaining. Hard to stay cool and collected in these temperatures, but she's doing a very good job of it. Off marches Hyo Joo Kim after what has been the round of the day. A dazzling 64. She'll head to the clubhouse and keep cool. But Hyo Joo Kim is the winner of the Singapore Airlines round of the day. So many highlights to be enjoyed. First, she had a birdie at the 5th hole. This at the 6th, uphill to the par 4. Had to get the distance just right, and she did that perfectly. That birdie putt went in to be 2 under for the day. And there were more birdies on the front 9. This was a chip on the par 5 8 hole to get close and have a chance of an eagle. Rolling it beautifully. Didn't go in, but another tap in birdie. And then on the 9th hole, brilliant drive, bisecting the fairway, set herself up for just the right shot into this front pin. A member's bounce edged it even closer. So out in 32 for the world number 9. And then there were even more birdies on the back 9. This at the 11th. Rare birdie. There weren't many of those today. One of the harder holes on the golf course. And her best shot of the day, hybrid. Holding the finish, staring it down. Landed at the front, trickled all the way to the back, where that hole was. Once again, a mere tap-in. And on the 14th hole, played her approach to the centre of the green, but pulled this out from the very middle of the cup. 15th hole, tricky par 3, pin cut just over the bunker. Need to keep it right, feed it round. She hasn't played this golf course many times, but it just looks like she's been a member for the last 20 years. She knows all the subtle contours, bounces, and the undulations. And that was birdie number 8 for Hyo Joo Kim. 3 pars to finish, a 64. And Hyo Joo Kim is the clubhouse leader, was on 17 under par, and she has the Singapore Airlines round of the day. Well, it's been a birdie barrage. There's been some eagles thrown in as well, and that eagle has come from Hannah Green on the 14th hole. A very crucial two that leapt her into a share of the lead, and then what a terrific putt on 16, a 4 at the par 5. And so she is in control of her own destiny as she stands on 17.
Yeah, Hannah Green finds herself one clear of that sparkling round from Hyo Joo Kim, and unfortunately Indy Par bogeyed the par 5 16th, so she's back at 14 under par. And Hannah Green bogey free today, and that gorgeous eagle back at the short 14th, vaulting her into a share of the lead with Hyo Joo Kim. Here it was, already holed out on the 10th hole yesterday, and she would do it again on Sunday in Singapore. Hannah Green, a second hole out eagle of the week, and a birdie at 16, a timely birdie. 2 holes left to play. She's one clear.
Yeah, she's just got to be thinking right now, just one shot at a time. Still got 2 holes left to play. Waiting on the tee box.
Media interviews will ensue. A lot of players wanting to hear about that magical round. Interviews this week have been conducted on Zoom.
Now she's got 152 today, 137 to cover that bunker that you can see in front of her, which is where the pin is tucked today. 5 from the left, 15 on. Wind is hurting quite a bit.
Gotta be looking long right here. Don't want to bring those bunkers into play. HSBC International Wealth Hub top tracer telling us that's what she's done. She's left herself a lengthy putt for par.
It's a safe play. I mean, par will do the job.
So much better than finding that bunker up the left. This final par 3 that the players will face at Tanjong. 152 yards, as Sue Ann said. It's a massive green, the biggest green on the golf course. The hole today tucked just a couple of paces past the edge of that massive left bunker, and 5 paces from the left. If you're Hannah Green, you're looking long right. You're someone who's chasing like a Siyu Lin. Surely only have eyes for the pin. She's 3 back, 2 to play. Something magical. One thing she has got going for her is she does hit her irons very high. These firm, baked out greens. It's the only way you're going to get that ball anywhere close to this middle left hole location. Started at the right edge of the bunker. Just try and turn one over, hold it up against the breeze. High, but she's just hung it open. All right, safely on the green, but that could be the end of Siyu Lin's tale at this year's edition of the HSBC Women's World Championship. P Park off the back of bogey on 16. It's going to prove costly over the weekend.
Going to prove a hole she doesn't want to play for at least a year. So he'll be too far back now. 4 behind. So that to keep on turning. It's going to skip back to where Hannah Green is. And the good news for the Aussie is she's going to have a line lead from one of the best putters in the world. Yes, Hannah Green won't be making manoeuvres to try and hole that putt. She's going to be looking for boring golf over these 2 holes. 2 pars will do the job. There's your old Kyle Berkshire foot waddle. Lydia Ko taking a page out of the World Long Drive Champions book. And rips that one up the left half of the fairway.
Up on the green, So-Yeon Yu just to tidy up with a par to finish 2 under for the day.
And a very assured performance by So-Yeon Yu. A couple of 70s over the weekend. Now, Lydia Ko, what have you got as a treat for the HSBC patrons today? This is what she did yesterday for them.
It seemed at this point that she was well and truly out of the mix, but a double bogey from Inbee Park and this bit of magic to close for Lydia Ko. She had no idea where it went. Is it in? Yes, it's in. A 2 to finish. Thrilled the patrons that gathered around the 18th green yesterday.
Tell you what, Jason Hamilton, her caddy's hard to please, wasn't he?
She was saying she felt dehydrated.
She had stars in her eyes at this point.
She did, and she said, you know what, let's just skip the putting. Why don't we just hold that from the fairway? Oh, it's so good to see her back, playing well. What a great personality.
She's been under the media scrutiny for years. We've been talking about her for years, and I think we will for many years to come. One of the greats of the game and supremely popular. Well, Tim, you mentioned this is good for Hannah Green, having a line to read off with Inbee to go first. It can pick up pace, can be a difficult green to get that pace. Hannah, a 3 would be great.
A wonderful view from back where the tees are. Get the longest tee box in Asia that you were mentioning at the start of the week. Where's your leader? By 1 Inbee Park. You saw it with that last camera angle. Going to be really slow the first 2/3 of this putt as it's up the hill. And then when it just crests that ridge and you get to that shiny, that light-colored part of the green, it's going to pick up pace and it should start to turn. And the green standing an awfully long way away if she wants a free line read. The par gave that plenty of pace coming up the slope, but the old finger snap. Unfortunately, the ball doesn't listen.
We're snapping our fingers in the commentary box here, getting that to settle down. Once again, work to do. There is Hyo Joo Kim. You see her for the first time without her mask. She'll be paying very close attention to Hannah Green. She has the clubhouse lead on 17 under, but it's Hannah Green on the golf course who is 1 shot better, 18 under, 2 holes to play.
Sitting with Chella Choi. I think they just found out they were on TV. Now Hannah Green on the 17th. She's got somewhat of a read from Inbee. As Tim said, 2/3 of the way it's going to go up into the green, slow and then slick. 5 feet towards the pin.
A 3 would be great. 2 putts is what she needs. Oh, Hannah.
The drama continues. Never even made it to the slick portion of the putt. So that putter that has been bulletproof so far this Sunday will be called to the assistance to the aid of Hannah Green once again.
Hannah really feeling the heat on 17.
And I think it doesn't help after watching Inbee's.
You see that sometime when you're in these positions, when you get nervous, you start to tighten up. You don't accelerate through, you start leaving putts short. It's usually what happens when you're in the mix. See Lin. That putt coming up short for Hannah Green might breathe some life into Si Lin if she can somehow coax this one to the cup. It is for birdie to get to 16 under.
Come on, keep going, keep going. Well, if that goes in, it's going to be an eagle for Hyo Joo Kim to give herself any chance. Well, her hopes are kept alive. Hannah Green with plenty of work to do on 17. It's an 8-foot putt for a par.
It's going to be a hard look at what this putt is going to do for Hannah Green. See the change in colour of the grass there? That's indicating she's going from into the green to down green. The 71st hole of the championship. The Aussie has this. Just staying one ahead.
Hannah Green drops a shot, a crucial shot, a bogey at the 17th hole. And we have a two-way tie at the top now on 17 under. One hole to make a difference. One hole to make a birdie to lift the trophy without having a playoff, which will go to the 18th hole between Hyo Joo Kim and Hannah Green. Frustration for Green.
Just feel the wind going out of the sails of Inby Park as she pops that nice putt in for par. Two bogeys and the two par fives on this inward half, derailing the two-time champion.
Well, Hannah Green was so conservative with the tee shot, wanting to hit it into the centre of the green, but conservative left her timid, leaked it right, and that three-putt ensued. So the 18th hole remains. Back up to the clubhouse. We've seen theatre throughout the last 3 days, Tim.
Yes, and this amphitheatre that is the final hole at Tanjung, going to be a wonderful backdrop for the final group. That landing zone you saw, these players anywhere inside 150 yards to an elevated green. That whole location today, all the way in the back, 27 paces on, and only 3 paces from that back bunker. You want to keep it below the hole to give yourself an opportunity to be aggressive if you want to hunt for a 3, like Hannah Green will need to win this tournament in regulation play.
Lydia Ko having to take the putter out on the 18th hole. Yesterday, didn't require it, popped in a wedge to walk away with an eagle 2. The Kiwi is 11 under par for the championship, only 1 under today. Currently in a tie for 7th, has never finished worse than a tie for 15th in all of her previous outings.
Yeah, I don't think this was the weekend she was looking for, unfortunately. Lydia with an uphill left to right putt. This to finish her round 2 under. It's going to be slow up that hill.
Keep coming, keep coming. Great pace for Ko. Tidy 4 to finish with. And a player who always gets one of the bigger rounds of applause here in Singapore. Crowd love her. The small crowd that we have joining us on 18. And after her win a couple of weeks ago, when you look on social media, the number of people, the outpouring of joy from around the world, certainly in New Zealand where she's from, thrilled to see her back playing well. She's going to emerge a stronger player after venturing into the doldrums, the dark place of searching rather than being self-assured. But well played, Lydia Ko.
Back on 18T. She now finds herself tied again at the top. First bogey of the day coming at a terrible time for Hannah Green, but she has one hole to play. And she's got driver out, keep it up the left. Left nothing in the tank there. Okay, good shot there.
Fair bit of venom. When you look at her previous 2 wins, Hannah Green, she made a very gutsy up and down from the greenside bunker when she won the KPMG Championship. And that was to lift the trophy, her first win being a major. And then when she won for the second time at the Portland Classic, she also held a clutch 6-foot putt. So she is used to the pressure. What can she produce on 18?
Now this player that's used to the pressure, a 2-time major champion, Inji Chun. What a way to finish. That to bring her up tied 7th at 11 under par with a round of 71 for the day. Sigh of relief.
Mexico's Gabby Lopez had her chances at the beginning of the day, but 3 bogeys on the scorecard put paid to her challenge. 1 over the card today. Opportunity here, though, at the finishing hole to get to 12 under. There's a great deal of money at stake as well, $240,000 to the winner. And it drops down to just under $150,000 in second place. But every shot counts. Gabby will have to wait another year if she's going to add her name to the trophy that was first won by her idol and mentor, Lorena Ochoa, the first winner of this tournament back in 2008.
Hannah Green's mentor, Kari Webb, lifted the trophy not long after that, looking to become the second Australian to etch her name on the HSBC Women's World Championship trophy. She's going to need to do it the style of Michelle Wee with a birdie at the last.
Or she could do what Lydia did yesterday.
What is it about this tournament that just coughs up these tantalizing scenarios that put up drama? We see hole outs, we see long putts. Paula Creamer's putt back at the Serpent.
Unbelievable scenes that, yes. That was in a playoff. Are we looking at a playoff? Hannah Green pars. It's a playoff. If she's in the hole for a 4, she will go back down the 18th with Hyo Joo Kim to keep her company. I'm surprised Hyo Joo Kim is sitting there and not out on the range hitting a few balls.
It's also 40 degrees right now. This might be the best play.
Got to keep yourself loose. You don't want to get too cool. Sit and wait. She's on 18. At least have a couple of putts.
Different strokes from different folks. Those unique strokes, swings onto her, I should say. On to the 2-time champion in B Park, carefully working out the yardage as is Hannah Green. She knows a birdie, she wins outright. A par at worst, she's in a playoff. She can't afford to go long because that brings bogey into play. B Park will be first to go, and really got a feel for her. Not the weekend she was looking for, not the back 9 she was looking for, but yet again in B Park in contention at the HSBC Women's World Championship. Second shot to 18 for the 2-time champ. Green would give for a little bit of that right now. Great shot for Inby Park at the home hole.
One of the best today. Ooh, you saw her breathe a sigh of relief. Okay, Hannah Green. Second shot into 18. Needs a birdie. If it's a par, we're going to a playoff.
No easy up and down. She's left herself chipping from the back left edge of the green. Big slope about 6 feet short of the hole. It's going to spit everything right. It's going to take all of her short game prowess to get that one up and down.
This is the most emotion we've seen from Hyo Joo Kim all week.
It's the most we've seen of Hyo Joo Kim all week. Yu Lin, last to play into the final green. A fantastic week for her. Can she close it out? A little bit of style, lots of money up for grabs, as Kate mentioned. Currently in the tie for third. G2's pulled out ahead. Oh dear, caught that heavy, coming up short of the 18th.
Well, Kate, you mentioned those clutch wins and those clutch shots.
She's going to need to get up and down. She'd love to go up and in to have the trophy to herself without having to force a playoff. But her work is cut out for her. Hannah Green, plenty at stake here in the final round in Singapore. Well, she's enjoying the applause, and rightly so, because it's been a fabulous final round. I mean, she's 4 under par. Apart from the drop shot on 17, it was also good. Started strong, birdie at the opening hole, an eagle at the 14th.
Good afternoon, ladies and
Staying
gentlemen.
in the fight.
Please welcome the final group, Group 23 onto the 18th green. Players from China, Hyo Joo Kim. From Australia, Hannah Green. From Republic of Korea, Inby Park.
Now, this is not an easy shot.
No, she's got to go over and up that ridge right there. It's going to be so quick.
So right now, she wants to get down in 2. If it goes in, it will be an absolute miracle. You could take a bucket of balls out from that predicament and it would be hard. She's going to have a really good look at this. To go first though, Hyo Joo Kim up the slope. Hyo Joo Kim playing her third on the 18th. 2 behind.
Egging it on. All right, going to come up just short as we have her bid for a breakthrough title here in Singapore.
She can take a measure of pride of how well she has played. Great year in 2015 for Hyo Joo Kim. 2016, 17 and part of 18 were years she would rather forget on tour. Decided to stay in America last year rather than come home to China, where she focused on her game.
That is the ball of Hannah Green. If you're just joining us, Hyo Joo Kim already in the clubhouse on 17 under. Green, this for birdie, but it's a tough one. You see the shoulder of that bunker going to influence the ball to the right. She's got putter out, which is the percentage play, but it's also the defensive play.
Gonna have to slow down.
Oh dear, that left to force extra time here in Singapore. Hannah Green had the lead by 1 with 2 to play, but she's got a 15-footer to go in extra time with Hyo Joo Kim, who's enjoying a spot of lunch.
Tucking into her main course. Well, Hyo Joo Kim is staying very calm, cool, unfazed by what's happening outside on the golf course. So that putt is a must-make for Hannah Green to force a playoff against Hyo Joo Kim. She misses, the trophy goes to Kim.
Of course, if you do go to a playoff, they're playing 18 a couple of times, and if there's no decision by the second playoff hole, we go back down 12, then back up 18 again.
She won't be thinking about that right now. Tunnel vision required for the 24-year-old. She's the world number 14. She's won twice on the LPGA. She's a major champion.
So is Hyo Joo Kim fully relaxed after that round of 64 to post the clubhouse target, this to match it. Hannah Green, right to left her, needs to hold it for us to go to a sudden death playoff. For all the theatrics and heroics, 2 late bogeys for Hannah Green have handed this year's championship to Hyo Joo. Wow.
And frustration for Hannah Green. Water and maybe even some noodles thrown over Hyo Joo Kim, who is the champion in 2021. She's 25 years old, and that is win number 4. But there'll be a lot to reflect on for Hannah Green. In spite of a round of 69, she comes up short.
Now Envy to go 2 under for the day. To join tied 3rd. And she does. Well done.
Inby finds her groove, but it's a little bit too late. It's a good birdie on the 18th, and a round of 70, 15 under par. That's not going to be enough. Now Shiyu Lin needs this also to finish on 15 under, which would be the best finish she's enjoyed on the LPGA for a long time.
This is going to move from her right to left. And in the hole. Well done, Hyo.
She had her chances. She had the lead at the beginning of the day for the first time in her career. But the world number 86, she won't be that for long. She's going to head right up the Rolex rankings. Will take great pride in how she's played. In these sweltering conditions. Dave, her caddy, giving her a hug, and rightly so. That was a sterling performance. Hey! A rare show of emotion from Hyo Joo Kim, the champion in 2021. In the most dramatic of circumstances, Hannah Green had the lead standing on the 17th hole, but limped home. Bogey for the Australian. She'll have to mull that one over for a long time. Patty Tavatanakit, what a round from the Thai player and major champion. A 65 to vault up to a tie for 3rd place, along with Inby Park, who finally found her putting boots. A good birdie on the 18th hole, a round of 70 for a player who is looking to make it 3 wins in 6 years. Lydia in the clubhouse with a 71. A legion of fans will be pleased at her performance this week. Frustrating day, though, for Gabby Lopez. High hopes for the Mexican. Big hitting player. Just couldn't move into 2nd gear. A couple of birdies, but too many bogeys on the scorecard for Gabby. Not the case, though, if you were Brittany Altamari or Megan Kang. Well, we've had the best in Singapore competing this week. The cream has risen to the top. It is a player in the world top 10. She is number 9, Hyo Joo Kim, who has reigned supreme in the baking heat of the Lion City. And then other players who expected to fare better, that didn't quite eventuate. Jin Young Ko, the world number 1, she finished in a tie for 24th, along with Arya Jutanagan. A few people were fancying Arya Jutanagan to play well this week.
Yu Liu from China with a great round today, 67. Can't say the same for Shan Shan. 2 over today.
Well, how pleased we are to have this tournament. It wasn't here last year because of COVID. The organisers, the measures they've taken to get this tournament up and running and done and executed. We've survived the Singapore sun, the Singapore weather. We've avoided the storms. It's a dazzling leaderboard with the very best players on the LPGA Tour making their way over here for the first of 2 events on the Asian swing. And so, Hyo Joo Kim is your champion, 17 under par. What a dazzling final round. 64 to stamp her name on the trophy. There have been 5 Korean winners. You can now make it 6. Korea continues to dominate the HSBC Women's World Championship. Hannah Green very nearly had a chance to etch her name on the trophy alongside Kari Webb, but it wasn't meant to be. And she'll have time to think about that. Well, it's now time to hear from the interim CEO and Chief Operating Officer of HSBC Singapore. It's Olfert de Wit.
What a wonderful week it has been at the Sentosa Golf Club. Seeing the best players in the world return to Asia's major has been a great joy, and I would like to commend them for the incredible competition they've put on. And this tournament is HSBC's flagship event to open up a world of opportunity for women in sports. And I would like to thank our partners, our co-sponsors, and of course all the crew have played a big part in bringing this championship safely back to Singapore. And despite the unusual circumstances, this has been an example of us succeeding together as we all adapt to the new normal. And now it's time to present the trophy to the winner of the 2021 HSBC Women's World Championship.
Well, our sincere thanks to Olfert de Wit and to HSBC for the 13th staging, and congratulations to Hyo Joo Kim. All good things come to those who wait. It's win number 4. She had to wait 5 years for it. And how well she played in this final round. A magical 64.
Of course, these are the projected standings for tomorrow morning when they get updated. The race to the CME Globe, no change at the top, with Nelly Korda and Lydia Ko holding down that top spot. But Hyo Joo Kim creeps into the top 10 after a brilliant victory this afternoon, after that sizzling 64 to close things off in Singapore.
There's a lot to get excited about in 2021 on the LPGA. Next week we roll to Bangkok and to Thailand for the Honda LPGA. But let's have one more look at this leaderboard, because it was an impressive display by the very best in the women's game. A 64, a 65 from Patti Tavatanaka, a new star, just 21 years old, making her debut. She nearly had her chances. Inbee Park nearly had a chance as well, and so did Hannah Green, to be cruelly denied at the penultimate hole. But it's Hyo Joo Kim who has the tournament her own way, and she celebrated in style by having a bowl of noodles, relaxing with her fellow countrywomen, and being mighty pleased that patience has paid off. We know how much she's won on the KLPGA Tour, but this makes it win number 4, and it's a tough tournament to win with the best players in the world. My goodness me, it was a terrific performance.
I mean, we couldn't have asked for any more. Sparkling 64 is what we talked about. That bogey-free round of Indy Park to start the week. Hyo Joo Kim, a bogey-free 64, clinches her the title on Sunday.
Well, our thanks to HSBC, and also our thanks as well to my co-commentators, Tim Lowe and Sue-Ann Heng. But from Kate Burton, we look forward to your company next week in Thailand for the Honda LPGA. It's goodbye from the Singapore Heat.